Stop. Nigeria, the whole world should come to my aid, please. I'm pleading. Governor Okowa, don't allow this to happen. Listen to me and rescue this situation.
It was a sorrowful situation and a cry for justice for the killers of Miss Joy Obiageli Onekanse from Okunzu in Gruesomely North Local Government Area of Delta State. A 36-year-old graduate of Delta State University, Abraka, an event manager and consultant who was gruesomely murdered and buried in a shallow grave with her phone in same compound by one Sunday Isaac, a security guard, allegedly in connivance with one Nonso Ekene, purported to be a movie director who is also a neighbor to the deceased for yet to be disclosed reasons behind the heinous crime. According to eyewitnesses and family members who spoke to our correspondent, Locke ran from the security guard who was cruising the Toyota Avalon car with registration number KSF 322FK belonging to the deceased out of Asaba with his family members along Summit Road when fuel finished from the car, of which his attitudes aroused the curiosity of the passers-by who alerted the police patrol team 9 from GRA division on routine patrol at Summit Junction in Asaba, the state capital, who arrested him.
This boy is a security boy. I'm one that brought it here. So one day, I just somebody called me that they see this boy with one motor, and then he's thinking that this one is still a motor. So I should come. So I rushed to go there, and I went there. I saw the motor is this madam motor. So I now called police to come and arrest him. So I called police and I called a depot. Depot sent police to me. So we went there and arrested him with the motor, with his load and with his family.
Mr. Sunday Onekanse and other members of the family who have previously reported the missing sister to the police gave their own account of the story while calling for justice and the perpetrators to book.
I can never say exactly when the thing took place, but I called her about 2 weeks and now her phone was not going. So, and I said, what is happening? I called our last born. I said, look at her. I called my sister that her phone is not going. She said, what is happening? He said that he wants to call her. I said, calm down, that I should calm down first. Let me continue trying her number. Like after we continue like 3-4 days, nothing is happening. So we start taking some move. At the end of the day, we heard that they caught the one Hausa man with one of her vehicle, Avalon, at Summit, by Summit. So we don't really know what happened, and they called us. Look at what happened. That was the guy have been detained over a week plus now, and no justice, nothing. Nobody tell us anything. They keep every secret to themselves. They refuse to tell us anything. So now I came all the way from Lagos. So it's like when the DPO now saw that there is pressure on him, he starts, we even told him that this man that live here is a suspect. They should arrest him. So when we now came to the station, he said, yes, there is a development. So immediately we came in, we saw the neighbor downstairs with handcuff. He said now there is improvement, that they have arrested this man. They took him to this place. On the process, they saw a place that they dig, and they suspect that they buried somebody there. So that is how the case commented. After stabbing her, they even cut her neck. God is watching. I'm pleading all over the world, they should come to my aid. I'm pleading, please. Christians all over the world, they should listen to me. Yes. Please. Is the Hausa, one outside man and one Igbo man that is behind this problem that is happening now. Please, I want justice to take place.
I said that she's good in Abraka. She graduated in Abraka. The next thing again, she started the business, and her business point I worry. So we come here for rest. This is where he stay when anytime he come to Asaba. So unfortunately, this is the compound that is staying now. They kill her, bury her in the same compound. They share the car. The one took the other car, the other one took the other car. So that is it for now.
She's my aunt, my dad's younger sister. So it's like they had issue before. She and the neighbor, they had issue before. So I don't really know what happened now that they conspired and they killed her. I don't know if it's because of the bag of money. or if it's because they've quarreled before and maybe they threaten themselves, I will deal with you, I will show you, stuff like that. Maybe that was what really happened. But me, I don't know why they will kill her. Since last 2 weeks they buried her and they killed her. She's a contractor building houses, and also she has shops in Warri where she sell clothes. They import clothes for her. She talked to my dad's younger brother. She talked to one of my uncle on the 18th of August. So on the 20th, 1920th, the discussion they had, maybe they've not concluded, you understand? So they called her. They were not calling her number. The number was no longer going. They were not calling her number. The number was no longer going. Okay, one Hausa man like that, they've inspected him here. He said that the gate man, he saw the gate man packing some of the ladies' things, packing some of her things into her car. Okay, the man was not calling my aunt's number. The number was no longer going. So that was how he went to call police people to come after him. It's an arrangement with the neighbor. It's an arrangement with the neighbor, because the neighbor and the gate man, they knew what happened. If they did not know, how come the gate man would just come and start packing her things and carry cans?
The prime suspect, Mr. Sunday Isaac, led police detectives to the shallow grave where he buried the deceased, whose throat was slit, her head face down, and some vital organs missing in her residence beside the cenotaph, GRA Asaba. Even though moves by journalists to witness the exhumation of the corpse was resisted by the police.
Her purse is missing because they stabbed her and they cut her neck, but they didn't remove her head. So that is exactly what is happening now. But police refuse the press to come in. That is my anger now. The whole world should listen to me. They should come to my rescue. I want justice to be done.
Is it good? Is it proper? How Nigeria go take the blow up for this kind of thing?
It is terrible. Please, I just can't stand it. They have exhumed the body. They want to conduct the autopsy. This is just sheer wickedness. I wouldn't know.
Our major concern initially was that we were looking for her, but we have not heard from her for like 2 weeks or so. So we are at least okay now that the body has been found, and we can now give her at least a burial. I know that that search has ended. Every other thing surrounding who did it and the motive is left for the police to take care of.
The Delta State Commissioner of Police, Mohammed Hafiz Inuwa, who was represented by the DCP operations at the scene of the incidents, confirmed the story and assured that the police would do the needful in bringing the perpetrators of the dastardly act to book.
He led the policemen to here, this building here. From this building now, the DPO and his detectives were done a yeoman job, and they were able to discover a shallow grave where the security man killed and buried that woman in the shallow grave. Of course, in this building, you will discover that it's a four flats apartment, but 2 tenants were living in that house. This woman and one Nonso Ekene. So that Nonso Ekene, 2 of them now are in police net, and they are being interrogated as to how the woman was killed in this house, buried, and nobody can give account of how it's happened. But so far, so good. 2 of them are in police net, and they are being custody. Because the fight has remained, it was at maybe 24 hours back. We have not been able to get the details about this, but it's unraveled from day to day. You get all the facts. It's a thing. It cannot be hidden. The investigation is ongoing, but the major achievement the police have done is that we have been able to have arrested 2 suspects, discover where the corpse was buried, and the corpse has been exhumed and taken to the mortuary. All the facts surrounding the case you will know. You understand.
The compound has 4 apartments, an uncompleted building with only 2 occupants, and a gatehouse. The suspects are already in police custody, while the exhumed corpse of late engineer Joy Obiageli Onekanse has been deposited at the FMC morgue for autopsy. From GRA, here in Asaba, the Delta State capital, I am Gospel Amalia Mefobo.